George Kelly's Personal Construct Theory by AZLAN, M.A., Sunday, 10th of May, 2026. In the 1930s, during the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression, clinical psychologist George Kelly worked as a traveling counselor across the American Midwest. He went from farm to farm offering psychological help to struggling farmers. What caught his attention was a consistent pattern: two farmers living next to each other, facing almost identical conditions. The same severe drought, the same crushing debt, the same dying crops would respond in completely opposite ways. One farmer would become demoralized and eventually give up. The other would stay calm, keep experimenting with new approaches, and often find a way to survive. This observation planted the seeds for what later became Kelly's most important contribution. In 1955, he published his major work, The Psychology of Personal Constructs, a 2-volume book that introduced a new way of understanding human behavior. Kelly's central insight was this: human beings do not merely react to the world, they actively interpret it. Each person develops a unique set of personal constructs, which function like internal mental templates. These constructs are bipolar in nature. We understand things by placing them between two opposite poles. For example, friendly versus hostile, safe versus dangerous, predictable versus unpredictable, or competent versus incompetent. These personal constructs are not the same as two more familiar concepts, mindset and worldview, even though the three are closely connected. A mindset refers to your beliefs about yourself and your abilities. It includes your core values and belief systems about whether traits like intelligence or character are fixed or can be developed. A worldview, by contrast, is much broader. It contains your fundamental assumptions about life, human nature, morality, and how the world fundamentally operates. Personal constructs sit beneath both. They are the basic building blocks. Your mindset and worldview are formed from the specific set of constructs you have developed over time. A person with many rigid constructs will tend to have a fixed mindset and a pessimistic worldview. Someone whose constructs are more flexible will usually show a growth-oriented mindset and a more adaptable worldview. It is unfortunate that personal construct theory is rarely taught outside specialized psychology courses because its implications reach far beyond clinical practice. In fact, personal construct theory also has relevance to learning theory, pedagogy, and philosophy. This idea that each of us actively constructs our own version of reality leads directly to the next key concept, the biological idea that every organism, including every human being, actually lives in its own unique subjective universe, a concept known as the Umwelt.